For centuries we have gazed at Mars and wondered, are we truly alone in the universe? Last summer, in the ancient riverbeds of a Martian crater, NASA's Perseverance rover encountered what one mission scientist called the most puzzling, complex and potentially important rock yet. Hidden within this seemingly ordinary stone were patterns that shouldn't exist unless life once thrived on Mars. Patterns that have ignited the most passionate scientific debate of our generation. This is the story of humanity's most compelling evidence yet for ancient life beyond Earth, and why it's dividing the scientific world. Welcome back to the Story Weaver. The rock has a name, Cheyava Falls, named after a Grand Canyon waterfall, and it was hiding in plain sight in Jezero Crater's ancient riverbed. When Perseverance's drill bit first penetrated its surface in 2024, the data that flowed back to Earth would transform our understanding of what's possible on the Red Planet. What Perseverance discovered were extraordinary features, distinctive circular patterns within the rock that scientists have dubbed leopard spots. But these weren't random geological formations. These unusual mineral patterns may have formed through microbial activity, though non-biological processes could also explain the find. The rover's Pixel instrument revealed the leopard spots contained two specific minerals that set the scientific world ablaze: vivianite and greigite. On Earth, these iron-rich minerals tell a very particular story, one of life itself. When we see features like this in sediment on Earth, these minerals are often the byproduct of microbial metabolisms that are consuming organic matter, explained mission scientists. But could the same processes have occurred on ancient Mars? To understand the significance, we must journey back 3.5 billion years, when Jezero Crater was not the barren wasteland we see today, but a thriving lake system fed by ancient Martian rivers. If life existed anywhere on Mars, this is where it would have flourished. The announcement of potential biosignatures in Cheyava Falls has created a fascinating divide in the scientific community. A testament to the extraordinary nature of this discovery and the rigorous standards required to claim extraterrestrial life.
To the scientific community, the discovery is only worth so much without having the independent vetting and scrutiny of the peer review process.
The debate centers on a fundamental question. Can we distinguish between biological and non-biological processes that might create these same mineral patterns? The combination of chemical compounds we found in the Bright Angel Formation could have been a rich source of energy for microbial metabolisms. But just because we saw all these chemical signatures doesn't guarantee biological origin. This cautious optimism reflects decades of lessons learned from Mars exploration. Remember the ALH 84001 meteorite controversy of the 1990s? Scientists claimed evidence of ancient Martian microbes, only to have those claims largely debunked by subsequent analysis. The scientific community is determined not to repeat those mistakes. Yet something about Cheyava Falls feels different. The potential biosignature isn't direct evidence of life itself, but rather a leftover sign that textural features on the rock may have biological origins. The distinction is crucial. These are not fossilized microbes, but the chemical fingerprints life might have left behind. Most remarkably, Perseverance not only analyzed these features, but successfully collected and sealed samples of Cheyava Falls in pristine titanium tubes. These samples now await the most important journey in the history of astrobiology, the trip back to Earth. To understand why Cheyava Falls has electrified the scientific world, we must delve into the precise chemistry of life itself. The leopard spots aren't random. They represent something far more profound: chemical reaction fronts where water, rock, and potentially organic matter once interacted. Vivianite, the blue iron phosphate mineral found in the spots, forms on Earth primarily where organic matter decays in oxygen-poor environments. exactly the conditions that would have existed at the bottom of ancient Martian lakes. Greigite, an iron sulfide, is even more intriguing. On Earth, it's produced by magnetotactic bacteria that use magnetic fields for navigation. The question that haunts researchers is whether non-biological processes could create the same intricate patterns. Scientists think the spots may indicate that billions of years ago, the chemical reactions in this rock could have supported microbial life. Other explanations are being considered. Dr. Horowitz and his team have spent months exploring alternative explanations. Could volcanic activity have created these patterns? Might unusual water chemistry have produced the same mineral arrangements? The honest answer is possibly. But the combination of factors, the specific minerals, their spatial organization, their association with organic compounds, creates a compelling case for biology. Perhaps most significantly, the leopard spots aren't just mineral formations. The rover's instruments detected organic compounds within the rock which are essential for all known life. While organic compounds can form through non-biological processes, their presence alongside these distinctive mineral patterns strengthens the biological hypothesis. Picture, if you will, ancient Mars 3.5 billion years ago. Microscopic organisms thriving in the sediments of Jezero's lake, consuming organic matter, producing characteristic minerals as waste products, leaving behind the leopard-spotted signatures we see today. It's a tantalizing possibility that has captured imaginations worldwide. In September 2025, the scientific community reached a milestone. The team has published a peer-reviewed paper in the journal Nature about the new analysis, subjecting their extraordinary claims to the most rigorous scrutiny in scientific publication. This peer review process has revealed fascinating divisions within the scientific community. Supporters argue that the combination of evidence, organic compounds, distinctive mineral patterns, and geological context creates the strongest case yet for ancient Martian life. Skeptics counter that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that alternative explanations haven't been fully ruled out. The debate reflects a fundamental challenge in astrobiology. How do you prove life existed billions of years ago on another planet when you can only study it remotely? The standards of evidence must be exceptionally high because the implications are so profound. This is precisely why the Mars sample return mission has become critical. Researchers say they'll need to examine the sample more closely to know for sure. Earth-based laboratories possess analytical capabilities thousands of times more sensitive than anything we can send to Mars. When Cheyava Falls samples finally reach Earth laboratories in the early 2030s, scientists will be able to search for definitive biosignatures, fossilized cellular structures, complex organic molecules with biological chirality, isotopic ratios that can only result from metabolic processes. The stakes couldn't be higher. If these samples confirm biological origin, it won't just rewrite astrobiology textbooks, it will fundamentally alter humanity's place in the universe. We will know, definitively, that life arose independently in at least 2 places in our solar system. The implications of confirming ancient life on Mars extend far beyond scientific curiosity. If life emerged independently on both Earth and Mars, the statistical likelihood of life throughout the universe increases exponentially. We would transition from wondering if we're alone to calculating how abundant life might be. Consider the profound questions this raises. Did life emerge separately on both planets, or did it transfer between them via meteorites blasted from one world to the other? Scientists call this panspermia, and it's a real possibility given the exchange of material between Earth and Mars throughout solar system history. The discovery also transforms how we approach future Mars exploration. If ancient life existed, might some forms survive today in Martian subsurface environments? This possibility adds urgency to proposals for drilling deeper into Mars and searching for contemporary life. Perhaps most remarkably, finding ancient life on Mars validates our search for life around other stars. Every Earth-like exoplanet becomes a more compelling target for investigation. Every potentially habitable world moves from possibility to probability. But beyond the scientific implications lies a deeper, more philosophical transformation. For the first time in human history, we would possess evidence that life is not a cosmic accident unique to Earth, but a natural consequence of the universe's chemistry and physics. We would no longer be alone. Even if our cosmic companions are separated from us by billions of years and millions of miles. As we await the definitive answer that only Earth-based laboratories can provide, Cheyava Falls remains humanity's most compelling hint that we are not alone. NASA's Perseverance rover has identified a potential sign of past life on Mars, not a definitive detection, but perhaps the most compelling hint yet. The leopard spots in this ancient Martian rock may represent life's first whisper from another world, or they may be nature's most elaborate non-biological sculpture. Only time and the most sophisticated analysis in human history will tell us which. But one thing is certain. We stand at the threshold of answering the most profound question our species has ever asked. The next decade will determine whether Earth represents life's only experiment in our solar system, or its first of many. If the possibility of ancient life on Mars fills you with the same wonder and anticipation it brings us, join our journey of cosmic discovery. Subscribe now for more revelations from the frontiers of space science, because the greatest discoveries are still ahead of us. The universe is vast, its secrets countless, and its next revelation may be just one rock sample away.